Hello and welcome to the I Love You Bet podcast. I'm Heather and this is my sister,
Rian. Each week we will revisit relics of our childhoods using our multiple master's degrees
to critically evaluate the crap that consumed our misspent youth. So join us,
sisters, latchkey kids, cuspers, and lazy feminists as we look back at our past to say, I love you, but...
How'd you waste time this week, Ryan Davis?
I've been spending a lot of time on Duolingo this week.
Good for you.
Yeah, well, you get excited, but it's not good. So, because here's the thing is that it's because I am a very competitive person.
Sure.
But never in a way that benefits me. But
arguably, learning a language benefits you, but continue.
Well, yes, but the problem is that, okay, so it's like, you join the league, so now I'm in the Amethyst League, which is probably the highest league I've ever been in. And so it's like to get to like the promotion zone, it's like, the top two people have like 5,000 XP from this week. And I'm like, what do you do all day? Like, how do you have 5,000? Like, I think I had like 1,000 last week and I was number one in my league.
They wait until they get the double XP and then they go hard.
Yeah, well, and that's what I've been trying to do too, but anyways, so I'm number 3 right now. I was number 3 last night, and this morning they were like, so-and-so kicked you out of 3rd place. Either way, I'm going to get promoted, so that's fine. But because I'm competitive, I want that little shiny symbol that goes with like being in the top 3. Like, I know I'm not going to be top 1 because I'm not going to spend my entire day on Duolingo.
Yeah.
Because I now take medication for ADHD.
Hooray.
So, but like the problem is, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. The problem is I'm worried that it's like I don't want to do it. I'm just doing it like I'm gonna burn myself out, and I'm gonna give up because I don't enjoy it.
May I suggest that you compete in the way that I compete in Duolingo? I compete to get enough points so that I'm there every day, but I don't want to move out of my league. My competition is to actually stay in my league.
Okay, that may be what I need to do because
the problem is when you go up to another league, you have to try even harder. And then I'm like, I don't have time for this. And then I feel like a failure. So instead, I just try to stay. I don't know which one I'm in, Pearl or some shit. I just try to stay there. Like, that's my whole competition. Like,
yeah, I just need to compete against myself and not other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, I've been doing good with I'm on like a 21-day streak, so that's good. I'm not sure if that's my record. I think I made it 30 once, but not much past that. So it's très bon.
I was going to say, I couldn't remember if you were studying French or English, so I was going to be like, très bien.
Did you say you didn't know if I was studying French or English?
I meant Spanish. I meant the other one.
I'm learning how to speak English better, and I just can't win. Damn it.
I mean, if you want to feel successful, that would be a good fun game. Teach yourself English on Duolingo. But like, I'm killing this.
That's so good.
I skipped a whole level.
It is funny because like I do have one class that's like we do the USA Today crossword puzzle in our class every day, which is but they always act so they're like when I know some random big word or something, they're like, oh, and I'm like, yo, I'm old. I'm old and I know things.
The teacher, I should know things you don't know.
Well, I haven't think about that in related to the movie, but I'll let you go ahead. So that's like an okay way I've wasted time this week. I feel good about, but I'm also like, all right, slow it down, Ryan, because you're gonna burn out. Yeah, I'm shining bright like a diamond, but the diamond might explode.
Let's not explode.
How'd you waste time this week, Heather Davis?
So I didn't waste a lot of time. I have had to be very judicious with my time between all the Eddie stuff and
there's a crossword puzzle word.
work and whatever. And but last night I decided to go Valentine Day shopping, so I wasted a little bit of time and a lot of money. So you will be receiving a package in the mail that is addressed to you and Elliot and Ben, and your stuff is in a bag at the bottom. And
Okay.
Ben's stuff is under a towel with a card with his name on top. Elliot's stuff
Okay.
is just wrapped. So if it's a wrapped item, it's for Elliot. So
Okay.
I didn't have smaller boxes to try to manage it better and whatever. It's also
That's
gonna be
fine. I also okay.
it's gonna be a Cheez-Its upcycled box, so that'll be fun too.
Elliot's gonna be like, Ben's gonna be like, did you order Cheez-Its? No. I also have some Valentine's presents for you that I need to put in the mail. So
Ah,
it won't be
hooray.
in a box that's much smaller.
Can I tell you how I'm going to waste time this week?
Sure.
Okay, so for those of you
Wait,
who
shouldn't you wait and tell me next week?
no, because it's a thing.
Oh.
So, for those of you who are very squeamish and can't handle bacteria-related stories, you're going to want to skip ahead about a minute. I'm just going to warn you right now. And Ryan, too bad you just have to deal with it.
Can
So,
I
you know
skip
how?
ahead a minute?
No, you cannot. You
Turn
have
my
to.
head. I'm gonna turn my headphones off and just nod at you.
Nope, nope, nope. And for those of you who are like, I like watching earwax videos, this is for you. So,
Oh God. Okay.
our uncle has poor decision-making skills because he has cognitive impairment. We saw a neurologist. That was a whole thing. I'm not going into that. But
Yeah.
I went to his house the other day and we were unloading the dishwasher together, and there was a bottle brush in the dishwasher. And I was like, oh, cool. He washed out his bottle or whatever. And he goes, oh, okay. So there was the toilet was a little dirty. So I used the bottle brush to clean it. And then I put the bottle brush in the dishwasher.
Ah!
So
With the dishes?
with the dishes. Yeah. Yes.
No.
Correct. That is correct. No is the correct answer. Yes. So,
In the dishwasher by itself? Maybe.
but still, then you got to run the dishwasher cleaner thing after it. So I'm going to
Yeah.
take a dishwasher cleaner tab with me and run it by itself. I'm going to take a bottle of
Okay.
bleach.
Yes.
And since I'm picking him up today, moving his furniture and art out of the way so that the people can come in and do all the damage repair tomorrow, and he's going to be here with mom tomorrow and his dog. Well, I have to go get him today, bring him here. Then I have to drive back there and then stay for 2 days. And they're supposed to
Jesus
clean everything.
Christ.
So basically, in the midst of getting everything cleaned and dried up, I am going to bleach water every single piece of everything that he has. Because at this point, like, let's be real, it's gross.
Yeah.
He is the we're here to help. We never wash the hand towels in the bathroom guy. So yes, dear. What were you going to say?
Jake Johnson on like
No.
the
Remember
new
that
girl?
caller who like goes and sees her gay friends every Sunday or whatever for movie night,
Oh yeah.
and they never
so,
wash the
yeah.
guest
But then
towels.
when Jake Johnson, his character on New Girl, they were like, he never washed his bath towel. He's
Mm,
like, it cleans me. I'm clean.
the bathroom's not. It's the problem. The bathroom's not clean. Doesn't stay clean. Might get clean, doesn't stay clean. And
I know, I need to
also,
listen to him.
in the midst
Yeah, and
of
you're gonna order a toilet bowl brush?
no,
Should I?
because
Can I send?
no, because we're going to move him into assisted living. Period.
Oh yeah.
End of story.
Yeah.
So they will have people who can clean his toilet appropriately. Yeah, so kind of like maybe I just need to get him compostable everything and he can just throw it all away and then I don't have to like
Yeah.
bleh. And
Well, but it sounds like at least you'll get maybe a couple days on your own. That's nice.
I mean, yeah, if you consider on my own to be having to work the whole time I'm there and workers coming in and out making loud noises and fans running the whole second day that I'm there, sure. I'll be by myself. It'll be great.
There's a pool.
It's 60 degrees outside. What are you
It's
talking
heated,
about?
isn't it? Turn that
No,
fucking pool on, bitch. Turn that pool on. Get
no.
in. Get in the hot tub. Get in the hot tub. Get in the hot tub.
I'm fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Calm down. So I can tell you about the other thing I did that I kind of wish I
Oh,
could be here for, but mom's been very stressed about what to do with Eddie to keep him busy. So she's having a whole Valentine's watercoloring party on Monday to entertain him. And then Tuesday night, of course, is the hang. Well, she had kept
yeah.
saying she wanted to try pickleball. And when I was at Target in the one spot, they had
Yeah.
all that pickleball shit. The only thing I didn't buy were the visors and the hot water bottles. I don't really know what the hot water bottle is for. I hope they don't need it for play. Because
Hot water bottle.
yeah, I don't know. I was
I feel like
confused.
all you need is a paddle and some balls, right?
Well, and I got them a bag to put the balls in, and I got
Oh,
the
okay.
paddle covers so that they don't get too scratched up. I mean, I seriously like it was
You
very
spent a lot of
entertaining.
money for mom to go play pickleball one time.
Yeah, I did.
Did you get her the pickles to go with it?
There's no pickles. It's just balls and paddles.
I
Shouldn't
know.
like pickles, you salty bitch. So anyway,
Okay, so they're gonna go play pickleball.
I mean, they might go play pickleball. We'll see.
Do either of them know how to play pickleball?
How hard can it be? You play half court and there's paddles and little wiffle balls. I mean, like,
They can go walk their dogs together. I
yeah,
mean,
they're
it's
gonna do
not.
that too. The day is long. It's very long
Does
when
he
you
not?
don't,
He doesn't entertain himself.
not very well.
Oh,
That's
okay,
why we're moving him into assisted living.
okay.
That and
Well,
cleaning the toilet with the bottle brush and putting the bottle brush in with all the.
dishes.
It. I'm glad that the kitchen is going to be tented off, so I won't be tempted to drink anything. Hey, what do you
Oh,
remember
sweet.
about Troop Beverly Hills from 1989?
All of that.
Wow, that's like a lot.
Yes,
How about I
I'm
start?
very. No, I just want to say I'm very angry at how much space this movie occupies in my brain, completely rent free. And so that to the point, which it really wouldn't bother me that much, but then sometimes I'll ask my students a question about the government and they'll be like, I don't know, like, I don't know what. And then I suddenly like just freeze and blank and like, am like, I don't know either. And they were like, why are you asking us questions you don't know the answer to? You're the teacher. So it goes back to the whole thing about, well, you're the teacher. They should know that, trust that you know. But then I'm like, which amendment is it? Da, 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 da. And they'll be like, the butterball. And I'm like, yeah. I was so confident when I asked the
I
question.
mean, the thing is that it's more important that they know about the amendment and what the amendment means, and who cares if you
I
can
mean,
number them?
technically, when they take the AP test, they'll need to know, like,
Okay.
specifically, but generally in life. So, like, my AP kids don't get all up in arms about it as the on level kids do because they're like, you're supposed to know this stuff. I was like, I mean, I do know it. I'm like, what's the animal that freezes, you know? Like any animal that freezes when and questioned or caught or scared. That's my brain.
Armadillo?
The brain's an armadillo. Or like that Leo the iguana movie that Elliot got into over Christmas, and like
Yeah.
the iguana like freezes like
Uh-huh.
that's what my brain does when put on the spot.
Go fight or flight. It's
Yes,
your lizard brain.
it's neither. I'm not fighting and I'm not fleeing. I'm just like, bleh.
It is flight. You're taking flight in your consciousness.
I'm dissociating my brain.
Well,
Um.
okay, so instead of talking
Okay.
about what you remember, how about I say the three things I remember, which are Shelley Long Girl Scouts and Woods Hike question mark, because I wasn't even sure it happened. I just thought maybe it did. But let me just wrap this up and say I expected to find this to be not that good a movie, and I found it to be not that bad of a movie. So
I was hoping by the end, I was like, you know what? This really is not that bad a movie.
It's really not.
Which, knowing how many times I watched it, obviously, because viewers, you can't see what I showed Heather, I have an entire page of things that I remember. I basically remember the entire goddamn movie.
Congrats.
Like, really. Like, coupon clipped your way through college so you could become Neffler the Muffler Man. Like, like fucking quotes that live, like
Wow.
legitimate quotes that live in my brain. Rent free and have for, so this movie came out in 1989. I probably saw it when it came out. So 30 years. So was that mathing?
That math is just as good as it should be.
I mean,
we could call it 35, but okay. So you were 8 when this came out, right? So this is perfect for you. I mean, it was aimed at you.
it was kind of aimed at you. I mean, the girls were supposed to be like 14.
Yeah, but I wasn't that.
Except for that one that was 16 and lied about her age and nobody knew. And even though she was 2 fucking feet taller than every girl. I was like, she got out and I was like, I remember she's so tall. Like, she's so much taller. I remember one of them being like, and then I was looking at the trivia and I'm not going to remember the actress's name, but Chica was the character's name. And it was like, she lied about her age and said she was 14 when she was 16. And it was 3 weeks into shooting before she said, I was like, she's 2 goddamn feet taller. Like, no one noticed. Like, no one questioned. Also, and then, later on, they was talking about all the different tricks they had to try to do to get her to seem less tall. It was like,
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I because the girls were so short, I thought Shelley Long was really tall for a little while. And then I was like,
well, she was always wearing heels too.
She was very short heels, but yeah. So she's just average height for a woman. So I was like, huh? But yeah, those were little actor people. Actor people are tiny people. So that makes sense.
Are we not saying children anymore?
I love the Ren and Stimpy art.
Yes.
At the beginning, I was like, oh my God, it's Ren and Stimpy.
Me too. I know. It was one of those moments, and then I looked it up, and I was like, I don't have anyone to tell that I was right.
This is what this podcast is for, Ryan. So we can just tell each other back and forth how right we are.
I was like, this art is very reminiscent of Ren and Stimpy.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect. Hey, Craig T. Nelson, Coach was all up in this. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Forgot about him.
There was a lot of people. This movie has some really great connections to a lot of other episodes of this podcast.
It does, yes. There were many callbacks to
other movies we've watched
and contemporary pop culture to the time.
I loved it. I mean, I thought it was exactly what it needed to be. Like, I think exactly what it was trying to be.
Yeah, I agree. That's absolutely true. My favorite thing about it was that there were no boys, that they didn't try to write any boy,
any romance other than,
yeah. I liked that a lot. You did feel like from the beginning there was a good chance that Shelley Long and Craig T. Nelson would get back together. And then I was real mad at that little realtor getting in the way and very disappointed in him.
But when she fell off the boat, that was pretty funny.
Well, and at least it wasn't just her. I mean, Shelley Long fell in a pool and fell off her balcony, so it wouldn't be very nice.
When she fell in the pool, I laughed because I forgot that part. That's one thing I didn't remember.
When
she fell. No, that was at the party. I remember the fashion show.
Oh, okay.
But I forgot about the party and her. Like,
I only watched this last night. You can't expect me to remember everything that happened.
I mean, I remember watching this at a slumber party.
Wow.
I don't remember who was at the slumber party, but I remember, I can remember watching this movie at a slumber party.
I love little Jenny Lewis. So wonderful. She had such a lovely voice. I'm sorry. What?
I was going to say, should we do a summary of the movie before we?
Do you want to do a me summary or a you summary?
I don't know. Well, I'll do a me summary. I don't know what that means. I think
How
you're saying
long
that
do you
I'm
want the
not
summary
very.
to be?
I'll do a short. Let me give it one more shot, and then if I fuck this up, you can do all the summaries from now on.
You've already said that before, but go ahead.
Have I?
Taco skirt.
Taco skirt.
She had that peplum on at the first meeting of the Wilderness Girls, and it looked like a
Oh.
taco.
It looked like a taco. I didn't even notice that.
You may continue.
Okay, so Shelley Long is a Beverly Hills housewife going through a messy divorce. She signs up to be the troop leader for the Beverly Hills of the Wilderness Girls. Troop they're trying to defunk. There's a rival troop that's trying to get them kicked out. They overcome everyone's expectations by successfully winning the Jubilee, and then she and her husband make up and get back together.
Hooray! It's a comedy of remarriage happening while the things are happening. I did like that. I mean, you kind of get that Parent Trap vibe, right? Like of the daughter trying to get them back together, plus the whole camping thing.
Campaign, definitely a Parent Trap vibe. It was just fun. The outfits, whether you like them or not, memorable, iconic.
I agree with that statement completely. There were very few of them that I actually liked, but I thought that they were all entertaining as fashion.
Yes.
Taco,
A lot of culottes, but a lot of culottes, but fashionable culottes that looked good on her because she said that.
Yeah, I was like, she's the only person who could wear jodhpurs and like not be like, oh my god, like, she's so skinny.
Yeah.
Like there she is on the log. So you're already like on a narrow, long thing and you're standing on it and like you're the only thing on it. So you have to be thin, otherwise you're going to look weird on this long, thin thing, right? And she's wearing jodhpurs. Like no one else. You put anybody on there with like 25 more pounds on them, and immediately it just becomes a comedy about a fat person trying to walk across a log. Like just because of the nature of that imagery, like it's the only way that it works. Sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. I listen, while we're talking about the fashion, I wanted to ask the dress she wore at the ball, the whatever, the party when she fell in the pool.
Yeah.
Where did we land on that dress? What do we think of this dress?
I don't remember. I know my favorite outfit that she wore was the one in court, the black with the green. What was she wearing when she fell in the pool?
It was it was various pastel shades, and it like had the triangle.
Oh, it was a look. I remember. And the bottom part was like a bunch of different layers of skirt or something.
It was like layers, but it was like asymmetrical and kind of puffy. And then it had like the buttons. So it was like a vest. I'm very sure that I could look in my old fashion design sketchbook and find something very similar to that. Like I would think I was very inspired by this.
It actually makes me wonder if this costume designer for Beetlejuice, because if you think about just changing the color palette, like that is very much the Catherine O'Hara, like the one where the dress is made out of gloves. Like doesn't she have a dress that's like a bodice made out of gloves or something? Am I making that up?
Well, and then like are they like wrapped around her, they're tied around her neck or something? There's definitely something, or like no, they're tied around her head.
Oh,
she has some gloves tied around her head at one point.
But she had another one where like the bodice was built up out of something and just it was very sculptural. I liked it when they went camping and it started to rain and she was like, this dessert is special. I'm coming, girls. I've got the fondue.
Fondue.
Shelley Long is legit hilarious. Like
she is so silly.
This is very much like a Beverly Hills Cop is only that funny because it's Eddie Murphy, and Troop Beverly Hills is only as funny as it is because it's Shelley Long. Like not many other people could have pulled it off. I thought it was good. Yes. I want to admit to something that I find to be still true of myself, but I realize it is a little bit of a nostalgia bullshit thing, which I figure you should appreciate because
Wow.
you got some of
Yeah.
those.
We're going deep here.
I really want to stay at the Beverly Hills Hotel sometime, but also I recently watched with mom a special on Disney where Derek and Julian have recreated a bunch of classic dances. And then they interviewed different choreographers before they did them. So they forced this scene where they met up with Baz Luhrmann, and it might have been the Chateau Marmont, but I believe it was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And there was like this gorgeous like spread in front of them, and they were on this like patio, and it was a beautiful LA day, and the smog was not that smoggy, and
It burned
like
off.
literally they sat there and had the most awkward conversation in the entire world that felt forced and terrible, and nobody ate anything off that fucking plate. I was just like, I hate everyone. Like, why even bother? Just be like, put some grapes on the table. Like, don't.
Yeah.
Like, did the crew get to eat this? Like, did someone get to actually eat this food? Because you know, it was probably like $200, quote unquote, worth of food, and it's just like, I hate this so much. Like, this is terrible.
No. I feel that way a lot when I watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because that kind of thing happens all the time where there's just like so much food.
Yeah,
there's like appetizers and they go to dinner and you know, or like they like went to Vegas and they say and like they each had their names embroidered on their pillows cases, so the pillowcases had their names, yeah, in the hotel that they stayed at, and I'm like, what do you do with that? Like, do you take that with you and use it again? like, wait, you know, just the absolute waste of money. Yeah, I'd like to stay. I mean, the Beverly Hills Hotel, I think, definitely has I think from the 80s too. But they use some of the, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's older than that, but yeah. Okay.
Yes.
These girls all had hairstyles that I definitely wanted to have in various times.
Girl, that was one of the things I remember. The redhead's bangs, like that's one thing I remembered was like those, like they were so thick. Her hair was so thick.
Yeah, they all had gorgeous hair. I was very jealous. So long. They had such long hair.
They had a long hair. Lots of long hair.
I did like also related to hair when they were telling the ghost stories, and then at the end she was like, he pardoned to me.
I know. Definitely remembered that. 100% remember that.
And then we get our pop cultural interclash of Pee Wee Herman and Frankie and Annette. It's very cute. Yes,
Frankie and Annette. Frankie singing her song, Paul. Vince Fontaine, the guy that played Vince Fontaine, was one of the dads.
That's who that was. I could not place
Vince Fontaine from Greece. Yep.
There we go.
Did you know? So we'll go into the segments. So the main troop leader, the old lady, do you know who she was?
Yes.
Mrs. Roper.
That's right.
Yep.
Loved her. She was great.
Throwback to our very first podcast.
Yay.
Nope. Yes. And then so then we had Frankie and Annette. So that throws back to that. The maid, Rosa. Played Rosario on Will and Grace for like 8 years. So
she was very funny.
She was very funny. All those lines that were like ties to other lines. So when she's like, we don't need no stinky patches, you know. And then when the mean troop leader's like, I love the smell of cookies in the morning, you know. So a lot of like, what is that called?
Well, they're all just allusions and references.
Is it just references to? I didn't know if it had like a specific name. And when you like.
No, I mean it's kind of pastiche, but it's not really pastiche because it's too direct. I don't know.
Okay. Tori Spelling in her theatrical debut.
Yes.
Ironic that in her first scene she's mocking Beverly Hills, and her later claim to fame was being on Beverly Hills 90210.
Sure.
Like Pee Wee, let's see. I sometimes can't read my handwriting. A page that Elliot colored on that I had to skip.
Can I make two more comments about the Beverly Hills Hotel scene before we move on with your
Yes.
random facting at me? Okay. So first
there
of
were
all,
so many. It was fun.
okay.
Go on, I think I'm done.
The guy that was playing poker with the girls was really cute. That's
Yes.
just an aside. And then also, I don't know if it was just in the captions or if they said it, but at one point, the God, what was her name? Velda or whatever her name was. Terrible woman, the Velda. She calls it a den of inequity.
Yes.
I was like,
Den of inequity.
Definitely a den of inequity, not necessarily a den of iniquity, which is the usual way that you use
that one girl was poor. One girl was poor. Didn't even have $7.50 for her patches.
I think that that she still had the trappings of wealth, so I don't think that it counts as as equitable. But that really made me laugh. And I also made a note that Shelley Long needs a stress ball so she can open her own jars and doesn't have to salivate over her husband and make him open them.
Yeah. Craig T. Nelson, great actor. Enjoyed watching Coach.
Yeah.
Craig T. Nelson, dad bod covered in hair, not a thirst trap. I don't know why. Maybe in '89 that was a thirst trap, like the whole Tom Selleck hairy dude.
You don't generally like the hairy dudes, though, right? That's not your thing.
I mean, a little bit of hair is fine, but I mean, the shoulder hair, no,
you're not into. So I'm not really into that aesthetic either. I know a lot of people are, and that's great. I think he has like a sexiness to him. He does.
Oh, he totally has a sexiness to him, but I think it is about him.
Yeah.
But just.
And that was not a dad bod, babe. That was a bod bod.
Oh, okay.
A dad bod has
like
a little bit of a pouch.
He had a little bit of a pouch.
I mean,
we'll go back.
Yeah,
you know what? Viewers, go back and watch this, and in the comments, you tell us. Is Craig T. Nelson in Troop Beverly Hills a thirst trap or not? Because I would
like to do a scientific study on the number of times there's a group of young people and all of a sudden they're performing and someone is singing and it's the black girl.
Yeah.
I
mean, she could sing though.
Yeah, she did great, but
she did have a great scene at the beginning when her dad gets pulled over.
Yeah, that was awesome. She read that cop so fast. That was perfect. Hey, Phil, here's my dad.
Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah. Can't do that anymore.
I'm not sure about all the dictator jokes either. I'm not sure that works.
Well, because it's supposed to be, who's that? I don't know their names,
but it's fine.
Yeah.
No, but that character, that girl was my favorite.
She was awesome. Yeah, you can never make me talk. Or international relations match.
Yeah.
For how to put down a coup, a revolution.
Yes. So
okay. So yeah, I mean, so we could also talk about things I didn't like about the movie. So things that didn't hold up.
Was it when the fat ladies were buying cookies? Because I wrote,
yes,
fat ladies buying cookies. Ryan will go off.
I remembered that. That was one of the things I remembered. I remembered it as they were selling outside of a Weight Watchers meeting. So I remembered it worse than it was.
Yes.
Because in my memory, they were preying on fat people.
Right.
Which,
Now, I will say, in fairness, in equity, that the fat ladies were the first to be like, ooh, cookies. And then some of the thinner women were also
yes, I noticed that too. I was like, okay. Well, then that goes back to when you form a core memory of something that isn't always accurate, know? That's why you should question them.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, no, I did remember that, and I was glad to see that it wasn't as bad as I remembered it to be. of course, we can also talk about how those were the only fat people you saw in the movie. Like,
Yeah.
one of the girls couldn't have been chunky.
Yeah. I will say, so far, I think the movie that's winning among all the movies that we have is Working Girl for just having the most number of normal bodies dispersed throughout the film. She looks confused, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
That's fine. They're doing better now.
I'm gonna cut all
If
this
this
out.
movie was made now, at least one of the girls would have been chunky
For sure.
and funny.
Yes.
One of the
Yeah.
funny ones.
There would have been a Rebel
So,
Wilson, a junior Rebel Wilson in there.
yes. So Shelley Long wearing a headdress.
Yeah, that was not so
No,
cool.
thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. And then made worse talking about how the natives, something like resurgence of the turquoise jewelry fashion trend. It's like, okay, this is bad. So also in the remake, that would not happen. And then later there was a teepee in the house when they had the parent meeting. You were like, oh, so we're going all in. We're going all in. So no, thank you to that.
True to the times, but
true to the times, but know better, do better. Also, when she pours the wine and like you can't pour wine in hobo stew, like what goes better with hobos than wine? Like,
yes and no. So hobos is not actually a derogatory term. This has been researched by other podcasts.
I know, but we don't say it anymore.
I've never even heard that phrase. What do you mean?
What,
Whoever said that?
hobos?
No, hobo stew. And people don't say hobo because there aren't hobos. Like people don't ride the rails anymore, so nobody says hobo. Like,
so can I dress Elliot up as a hobo for Halloween?
yes,
okay,
you can.
His mom definitely dressed us up as hobos for Halloween at one point.
Yeah, it's not a derogatory term.
Okay.
I mean, it is cultural appropriation, so I'm not sure you want to go there. But it's
is hobo a culture?
Yeah, hobo culture, baby. How would you? Okay, let me ask you this: how would you know how to dress him if it were not a culture?
That's true. True.
Why are you snapping at me? Shut up. Hey, I want the bowling shirt that Shelley Long was wearing.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Sorry. Can I tell you what the most annoying song in the world is?
Kumbaya?
No, the Freddy.
I was like, what is up with the Freddy? And then I looked it up, and basically it was like, there was the Freddy, and the Chubby Checkers covered it, and then they talked about it in this movie, and like that's pretty much it. Like,
well, but then, so I don't know if you ever met, or I had this friend, graduate school friend, Marita, who was one of the coolest people I've ever known, and she made me this awesome playlist for a party that I had. It was like a 60s theme, but she put the Freddy on it, and I like had to skip it every time. Like it is just an absolutely annoying fucking song. So not only did it always make me think of this movie because this is the first time I ever heard this song. But yeah, but I love that scene because all the dances she was teaching them were like from the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, it was cute.
Cigars, cigarettes, cookies. Cigars, cigarettes, cookies.
I liked that Craig T. Nelson didn't understand how to spend time with his own daughter. I thought that was very realistic. Yeah, and they were playing Nintendo, which was super cute.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
I was confused about why he was living with an animated impressionist landscape painting outside of his condo. I think it was supposed to be the beach. But it looks like an animated impressionist landscape painting.
I did notice that the little girl, so the Jenny Lewis, the daughter, had two posters in her room of men. One of them was George Michael, and one of them was her dad.
Well, she also had a gymnast.
Okay, I didn't see that one. I just saw like Dad is Muffler Man and Georgia Michael.
Yeah. And some gymnasts.
And my brain couldn't remember Georgia Michael's name, so I had to look that up.
I didn't like that
I,
Shelley Long called Velda Buffalo Butt.
I missed that part. Yeah.
But at one point, she said, it really frosts my cookies, that. So that made me laugh. So my friend at work, Anne, is awesome. And she said she's younger than I am. She said that when she was in middle school, like if you were going to say something like, and I apologize, listeners, for out of context, but instead of saying something like, God damn it, they would say, Bob Saget, which I just found hilarious because Bob Saget has such a filthy mouth. It's like perfect to use his name as a curse phrase. So it just made me laugh a lot.
Well, it's so funny because she says that right after going, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, it really frosts my cookies.
I know. Yep. That's fine.
That was good. Any comments on the fact that the character Velda, who is extremely masculine, is called Sir throughout the movie by her child? And
so that's like a military cop thing.
Yeah.
That they a lot of times will they take gender out of it, and it's Sir as a respectful thing. Yeah.
Okay. So it's about power, not about gender.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I found that it was the kids on the beam in Adventures in Babies thing all over again when they were trying to get across that log. It's like, no. That, and I had to kind of keep turning the volume down because there was a whole lot of shrieking, which I get. I mean, it was a bunch of girls, so they shriek. It's a thing that they do.
Yeah.
But it was a lot. And then in addition to Buffalo Butt, not liking that, then I didn't like it because Velda referred to the Troop Beverly Hills girls as bimbesses. like small bimbos, but they're not bimbos, they're children, and they why? Like what is with these insults that are gendered and terrible? Like and
I know you said there was no boy stuff, but there was still some like sexualizing, right? Because like with the police officer doing CPR.
Yes, of course. But I mean,
it was like very like some of the girls were like, ugh, and then like the one girl giving old dude the fucking penthouse. Like, first of all, why does that girl have a copy of Penthouse?
Yeah. Well, we know why. She stole it from her dad's bathroom. I mean, come on. And it was another way to get a cigarette ad in. Because it was on the back, Carlton's. Do you think this movie was sponsored by Evian?
Do you think this movie is why Evian is my favorite water and has been for a very long time? Yes, is the answer to both questions.
I don't have anything else to say.
I don't really have anything else to say.
Other than I was dreading it. I put it off. I went shopping instead of watching it. So
you're like, man, I spent $500. I could have just watched this goddamn movie. Wasn't that bad.
I only spent like $270, but yeah.
Did you go to Target?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I did on my birthday when I was in that terrible mood. I was like, I'm just going to Target. I don't care how much I spend. It's like $250.
Well, no,
I bought like groceries and it wasn't just crap. Yeah.
I bought I spent 170 at Target, and I spent 100 at TJ Maxx before I went to Target because I really, really wanted to get Elliot a bath bomb that had a toy in it. And so that's how I ended up going to Target too. So
I'm so glad.
You guys have a lot of lovely, cute little Valentine's presents headed your way.
He's loving a bath bomb, I swear. We had a meltdown the other night because we had one that was like shaped like a person, and he kept calling it gingerbread man, but it was just like person shaped. That was actually a gift for me that I gave him because I don't take baths. I shower.
Yes.
For clarity.
We understand.
I cleanse myself.
This girl's a clean teen. Don't worry.
I'm a clean teen. There ain't no bugs on this baby. But when I went to unwrap it, its head, like it had broken at some point and its head fell off and it was just the fucking end of the world. Just end of the world.
Oh, no. The
No
thing that was
bath.
going to dissolve in the bath was pre-broken.
Yes. Yes.
Do
Like,
they
it was
have
like, maybe daddy.
a book about Buddhism for kids? Because that might be good for him.
We've got to do something. We've got to do something because I don't want to tell you this because I know you're gonna like make it into more than it was. But yesterday we were at, and you can cut this out. Please cut this out. We
Why
were
are you
at.
telling
He was just
me?
having. Because I just want to tell you, but that
Well,
doesn't
can
mean I want to tell the
we
whole fucking.
wait? Can we do the end of the podcast and then you tell me so
Oh well, I mean, I guess
I
you
can
can.
call
I
you
mean,
because I need
it
to
may be
render
better.
this
Maybe
so I
people
can.
need to know. Maybe they need to know their kid's not that bad.
Nobody that listens to this has kids your age, I don't think. So I think that that's fine.
Well, maybe we could. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
No, don't do that.
All right.
Anything else to say about Troop Beverly Hills, your favorite movie of all time?
Not my favorite movie of all time.
Your core
I
childhood.
watched a lot when I was the target age for this movie.
Do you think that you
No,
watched
sir.
Sound of Music more or this more?
Sound of Music. I've seen Sound of Music way more times than I've seen True
Yeah, you
Beverly
used to
Hills.
watch it every day after school. I'm making fun of you. Thank you. That's it for this episode of I Love You But. Join us next week when we have a very special Valentine's Day episode where we revisit Punky Brewster and Laverne and Shirley, a couple of 80s favorites. So, what made you laugh? What made you cringe? What did we forget? What do you think about the Craig T. Nelson bod? What should we talk about in future episodes? We want to know your thoughts. Find us on Instagram and Threads at I Love You But Pod or email us at iloveyoubutpod@gmail.com. Listener email and comments may turn up in future episodes. And hey, if you like us, be sure to go give us a rating, a review, follow us, all that good stuff, wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you for listening. I'm Heather.
I'm Ryan, and we wish you lots and lots of conditional love.